Tits and Giggles podcast, where we talk ish and giggle. I'm Keisha.
I'm Kaya.
And we have Simone, the producer, in the back, and together we are Tits and Giggles Unedited.
Warning, please be advised that this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as fact or advice. Please be advised that at some point may need to adjust your volume due to screaming and loud laughter. All off the top of the dome.
Oh.
Off the top.
Alright, off the top. Alright, so, first question of the day. When I was younger, there was a rumor that a friend of mine's mom found her boyfriend in one of her neighbor's showers. If you found your significant other in your neighbor's shower, what's your next move? And you can't break up with them.
Wait, why is that an option? What you mean you can't break up with them?
You can't break up with them. Because that's easy. That's the easy thing to do.
That's the right thing to do. What do you mean? I didn't know there was easy and not easy. It's just right and wrong.
Why is it right? Why you can't work it out?
Why they in the shower? Why didn't they shower? I water work. I know. I paid the bill. So what was the hot water heater work? So I'm just wondering why they're in their shower. Because you usually clean up before you do stuff. They want it fresh, I'm guessing.
Listen.
So,
listen. I can't speak for him.
yeah, tell me the last time you went to your neighbors to take a shower. What was that about?
I mean, I'm different, so I can't really be put in that category. But, so what you doing? You can't break up with them. So what you doing?
What you in their house for?
Come on, fam.
I don't even get along with my neighbors. What you in their house for?
That's your business.
What you in their house for?
They obviously do.
They obviously do, yeah. So if I can't break up with you, somebody got to die because the level of disrespect is horrible. Somebody got to die.
So their life is more important than yours?
Nah, I'm not saying that.
So
they should make better. You took away the one that was made sense, correct. Work it out is not an option.
That's the problem. People just want to throw stuff away nowadays. Like, work it out.
Well, how you working it out?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Get ahead and give me some bullshit. Because I'm ready for this bullshit.
Me, personally, I would not talk to them for like 6 months. And
that's not working it out.
What you mean? I need time to digest this. Like, this is the mature side over here. Okay. All right. So, you 6 months, because I need to, deal with what's going on. I wouldn't stop my kids from going over their house, but their kids couldn't come over to my house. Like, it's just, that would just be too much. Like, I'm already dealing with the whole situation.
But your kids can go over there.
Yeah, because I don't got to deal with, because, like, seeing their kids is like a reminder. So, I wouldn't, stop our kids from playing. But in my household, 6 months.
Y'all know she talking bullshit, right?
What you mean?
I'm not gonna talk to him for 6 months.
Oh,
that's bullshit.
I got references. I cannot talk to you. Like, yeah.
Again, bullshit. She catch her dude in her neighbor's shower. Okay. I'm not gonna talk to him for 6 months, and my kids can still go over there, but their kids can't. Man,
because
get out
I'm not trying to. The kids don't got nothing to do with it.
So why you not letting them come in your house again? Because they don't got nothing to do with it.
Listen, you gotta compromise. That's a compromise. I could say don't talk to them ever again.
Mm-hmm. So it's only okay to talk to them at their house.
No.
Where the actions took place. It's okay to go over there. Next thing you know, they in the shower.
I put my kids in the shower. You're being ridiculous.
Whatever, this is just a community shower apparently. Just come on over and shower. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna talk to him for 6 months. So next when he's in the shower during them 6 months, you're gonna add 6 months on.
Seriously.
I'm just asking because it's
don't,
okay to
listen. Don't try to come from me because you don't have a mature bone in your body.
None.
Like that. Like you need. That's your inner self. You need to work.
If
on.
you my mate, don't be in my neighbor's shower, yo. Don't. I'm telling you, don't. My options are limited here.
That's why we can't build generational wealth now.
Cause we not
Families
enough.
just breaking up. That's just you deal with that stuff and you move on.
Exactly. You let them go and you move on. That's how you deal with it. And, I'm not gonna talk to you for 6 months. So why you not talking to him? Are y'all still sexy time? Or is that what happens there?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far.
What? Come on, because if you're not sexy time, and he definitely over there in the shower now. He doing more than the shower. He done cleansed off, and they doing hot yoga.
Anyway, yeah. Make sure you project that. Mike, please. I forgot to do the test.
What's gonna be my first move? You can stay there. You don't gotta break up. You can stay there. Just don't come back over here. Stay right there. You want to shower? You want to splish splash over there? Let me go and get the rest of your stuff. You can stay there.
No, you just
come visit. We don't not break up. We're not breaking up. We're taking separation. We're currently separated.
No, you manipulating the system.
No.
Yeah.
Stay right there. I'll bring you your mail. Matter of fact, get it transferred over here. Cause what you over there for? Like what? And I didn't know. Like, what are you doing over there? How close are these neighbors? Because what if okay? Does our shower not work? Like, what are you doing over there? Like, what is it?
Oh gosh. Okay, listen. So this how it was, right? That we was a relative of mine. They lived in this.
Cause
imagine looking at me like this.
What is this?
They lived in it was an apartment, right? So I'm trying to see. It was like a L, right? Let's say on the short part of the L was flip the L. So in the short part was the lady. No, she stayed on the long part. Anyway. Say the lady stayed on the long part, and then the people stayed on the short part. But it was kind of like a diagonal. So like when you walked in the building was the lady, and then if you made it left or right, go down the hallway was
the man.
The man.
Okay. You still ain't got no business over there, cause you close enough. Why are you showering over there? What type of mess is this? What type of funny business? Yo, more than neighbors.
Oh gosh.
Absolutely not.
So I was like, I went and talked to him for 6 months because I'm following along, not breaking up for 6 months, and then I was like, I would not stop my kids from going over there, but I wouldn't allow their kids to come over because it was like I would still, that would be front and center in my mind. So that was my thing.
Everybody gonna have to stay where they at. That's my thing. You and your kids can stay over there. And no, they cannot come over my house unless they come in and get the rest of your stuff.
Oh my gosh. This girl don't like to play by the rules.
That is the rule. We didn't break up. You just over there. We're neighbors now. We didn't break up.
No, we neighbors now.
Yeah. That's wild.
Second question. How do you feel about parents sharing drinks with their kid? For me, I think that if you are giving, as a parent, if you're giving special treatment or you're in a relationship, I think you should tell your kids no. Like, don't drink after me. Put it on your own plate. Let me pour some in your cup. But, like, I see a lady, I follow her, and her kids like drink after her all the time, and I know she doing some extracurricular activities. I'm just like, just say no. She's like, they always drinking out of my cup. I'm like, just say no. Just don't do it.
In theory, I agree with what you say. In practice, that's not always that simple because kids just pick up stuff and go for it, and you know it's not yours.
Yeah.
So I agree with the not drinking behind you, and you definitely shouldn't be kissing them on the lips. Like any of that exchange, I think shouldn't. Once you're doing other things with your, I think that should be out the window. But again, that's in theory, because in practice, it doesn't go that smooth.
But speaking of kissing on the lips, take away the extra stuff. At what age do you think, all right, you can stop like kissing your kids on the lips now? Or do you even, like, is that a thing in your world anyway?
In my world, not really, because I think it's just, we do so many things with our mouth that you don't even realize. And I don't, that's an easy way to transmit diseases and stuff, and I don't like that. Yeah. Like, I'm more so just kiss my kid on the cheek or the forehead kiss, that good old endearing kiss. And I mean, we don't really technically got a kiss. I mean, hugs and just knowing the showing affection, because like I said, the mouth it does a lot. So I think that's a no-go.
I mean, obviously people do it all the time. That is not something that I would practice. I don't know, it just seems, I don't want to say weird, but for lack of better words, weird, or I don't know. I just wouldn't, like, I wouldn't practice that from, like, when they was little kids. Like, people do it to babies all the time.
But speaking of that, I had read something, it was years ago, where like a couple was upset because their newborn ended up having herpes because someone kissed them on their lips with herpes, and like that's really some serious stuff. Like that baby was innocent, and you know you got it, and even on that, I'm guessing you knew you had an outbreak and everything to be transmitting. But that's how I don't like it.
Yeah. And it's funny because people like grandparents or like close relatives, they try to catch attitudes with people. They be like, "Don't kiss my baby." Fam, first of all, it's my baby. Right. Don't kiss my baby. Right. And then secondly, just like you said, like you could have something coming on and it may not be fully there, but it's there. Right. And now you didn't give my kid a disease. Right.
100% fact.
But you know, everybody just, what's the big deal? Especially like grandparents, like.
But it's even more. That's more of a selfish act. Because we're all stuck on what we want and what we believe is best versus what the parents want for their children. Right. So we got to get past that. I mean,
you already know in our community that grandparents know everything. Yeah. I didn't raise my kids. Well, it's 2015 now. That was in '87.
Really good.
What you think about that?
I get it.
You get what?
I get what you're saying. Let me think about it.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Because I get what you're saying. At first I was like, special attention. Then I was like, oh, you talking about cadoodling.
That's not cadoodling. Cadoodling means just laying there.
Okay. I would say it depends. Because if it's just like a little sit, that's different. But like to give you the whole thing, I feel like I would then pour it.
What's the difference? Because in my mind, the whole object is you putting your lips on something that I put mine on. So what do you?
Yeah, mean, but like a little sit, just here, take it. Like a little sit. That's it. It ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna do nothing. But if you want the whole thing, no. Here now it's a dip because now you constantly.
So
one little sip ain't gonna do nothing. That ain't enough time. And then but I don't like that anyway. So I don't be doing that. I don't even
Oh gosh,
I don't like that.
Yeah.
My niece wanted to drink out of this.
Yeah.
And I just let her take it.
Just take it.
That.
I've seen people do that. Yeah. But only because they didn't want to drink after their kid, not because they was like.
Oh yeah, I don't.
I'm
not drinking after her. She be backwashing this stuff. God no. I don't even like eating after my dad, like especially like ice cream, cause he'll.
Your dad?
say no. I'm not eating after nobody.
I'm going. Okay, moving on.
That's
Because
nasty.
I'm not even going. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that alone. No, I can't leave it alone. So,
Right.
since you brought it up, are you a don't kiss me? Or are you? I'm gonna take one for the team.
Wait. Like.
I'm gonna go downtown.
And then kiss.
That's the.
And then kiss me?
You taking one for the team?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yo, let me tell you.
That's fine.
If Kai was here, she would be like, "That's what you're supposed to do."
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's how you do it.
Oh my gosh, she would say in a bad way. She's like, you gotta what she say, your own supply and your own product.
What you giving out to the world? I'm cracking up.
Oh gosh, Shirley does. Oh my gosh. All right. Third question. When it comes to caring for a sick or elder parent, why is it acceptable for the married sibling to do less? Why do they get the excuse of having a spouse so they can't stay over and help with overnight care? So I have been a witness to like two different situations, and there was like older parents or like sickly, and like the married sibling of their kids seem to get away with maybe not as many hours on their shift, or they're definitely not like staying overnight. And like I don't think that's fair. Like you can't leave your spouse home for one night to help care for your mother. That like you putting all this extra stuff on your other siblings because you got a husband. Like I don't think that's right.
Well, I don't think it's right either. I think it should be shared responsibility because that's only fair. But
Go ahead.
Life be pulling, life be pulling, and that I'm guessing the one that's married had kids and all this other stuff.
No kids.
I don't know, cause we equal up here. I'm actually trying to convince my sister if anything happened, you go ahead. I'm trying to travel, but nah, we would. I think it should be shared responsibility, but I mean that's in theory. In practice, nothing never really shakes out equally. Unfortunately, most people are again selfish, and they want what they perceive to be best for them, and it doesn't matter how it affects anyone else.
Yeah, but I'm like, if your dude is not even gonna be home, or your relationship is not that cozy, and maybe that's part of the reason why you want to be home.
But it's also easy to say I have a husband versus I don't want to do it.
You're right.
Because
right.
Just saying I don't want to do it just make you seem selfish. But either way, you're selfish. You just one looks better than the other.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then you already coming into the expectation from other people. Oh, I know she can't do this because you already given a pass before you even walk in the door.
But that right there, you can't feed into any of that stuff.
Oh no, but they are because they taking that pass. You know what I mean? Like you said, it looks better, so they don't have to say, "Oh, I can't stay because I gotta go home." Like automatically, it's assumed that you're not going to participate.
Well, my question, the real question, is why your spouse not there helping too?
For some people, depending on how your household runs, or like when you were born, like males don't do certain stuff for females, and females don't do certain stuff for males. You know what I mean? Like sitting, that's not like an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like restrictions. I don't know, to
Okay.
or level of comfortability. I
Mm-hmm.
guess I should say. But yeah, they can help with some stuff, but
I mean, they could spend the night together. It could be a tag team.
you're right.
I mean,
You're right.
like, I think, as I say a million times, so many things we make harder than it has to be. It's just set a schedule and for an event. So if anyone needs to make changes or they have something, then you work around it. But make it comfortable for everybody, so no one has the most of the legwork.
Right.
I don't think that's cool in any situation.
Yeah. So.
Because
Okay, go ahead.
they got a family, so they probably got like. I'm not saying that's not like that's an excuse, but like I'm saying that's why they probably say that, because they probably gotta get the kids up for school the next day.
They don't got kids.
Okay. Then ain't no excuse. You need to be there too. Ain't no excuse. You need to come on because we need to shift. It's your turn. I'm clocking out.
But even if they did have kids, why couldn't
then the excuse is probably they gotta get up for school the next day, get them to school, go to like they gotta prepare them for that.
That's when you tag your partner.
Absolutely, I agree. But it also depends on what job the partner has. What if he has an overnight job? What if he has a job where at 3 a.m. he got to get ready to go to work?
So everybody else is supposed to suffer because you got this quote unquote.
No, y'all got to work that out. Because it couldn't have been me and mine. I don't care what you got going on. You want me to bring them to you? How about that? Come on, Dad. Get in the car. Mom, get in the car. We're going over here because they want to play.
You know what? Truthfully, that would be even though most parents they don't want to leave their house, but that would be like the next best option.
Yeah, come on.
Because you stay here with all your family, and then we just come over to your place and switch
back
up.
and forth. Yep, drop them off.
Yeah. All right. Fourth question.
I did it.
All right. So we're gonna revisit the baby being stolen. Remember we talked about
them getting switched? Yeah.
Okay. So, a husband suspected his wife was cheating, so he got a DNA test on his 5-year-old daughter and found out that the baby wasn't his. So then the mom was like, I know you lying. So she got a DNA test and found out the baby wasn't hers. Now, hold on, let me finish. So they did some research and found out that actually their biological child was actually in foster care. So, one, I'm like, what would make her think to get a DNA test? What would be like her next? Like, what would be like?
That's
Let me
easy.
test my child.
Because if it's not your kid and you the only one I'm sleeping with, then
right.
it can't be my kid because I wasn't fucking around.
Yeah.
And that brings a whole nother conversation. Why you think I'm fucking around? And why you gonna sneak behind my back and get a test to prove that this ain't your kid?
I mean, that was good thinking on her part. I don't know that. That's one of those things that I would be like, I don't know in that moment that I would be like, this can't be my kid.
Well, what else you think would come to your mind? If you know that is literally the only person you was sleeping with, the only possibility, and if it ain't his, then there couldn't be nothing else to come to your mind. Because I know I ain't doing nothing. There are no other options, and I know they talk about immaculate conception and stuff of that nature, but I know Jesus ain't come down here and put no baby in me.
That is crazy.
So that would have to be the only thing to pop in my head. Well, shit, if it ain't his, it ain't mine. Cause we conceived together. Cause you was the only person I let shoot up the club. So.
Not shoot up the club.
Listen, I'm just saying, completely. But that so many questions go from that, and the hospital staff, of course, needs to be held accountable. But I think with the level of the amount of times this happens, I think they definitely need to do some different practices. I personally think their labor room and delivery rooms need to be bigger. That baby should never leave that room. If this is an ongoing problem, please never have that baby leave the mom, so you don't have to worry about whether or not that is or is not your child, or find out 5 years later, because your husband took a secret DNA test, that this ain't neither one of y'all kids.
5 years is crazy. I'm like, so I wonder if they never like thought, hey, this baby may not have no features of me, no characteristics of me or their dad. Like, I would love to like interview them and like
find out what the reason was.
Yeah, but not like the reason, but just like, what was the feeling from day one?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you feel anything? And some people be like, I don't have no attachment, and that could be a different,
right.
A number of different things. But it's like, you don't have no attachment. Did the baby favor either one of y'all?
But then that right there, genetics is a tricky situation.
Right.
So it might not look like you or you, but it look like your great 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 grandma. Right. So it could be so many things. So to even go take that test is, I guess in my mind, just wild. But as the saying goes, mama's baby, papa's maybe. But that ain't even true in this situation because it wasn't mama's baby. So I don't know, but I would still be salty. I'd be mad salty at him.
I mean,
because you sneaking though.
But she probably he could be doing some stuff because some they say people try to
project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or she might have been just they might have had a history, or she might have been putting her phone down. I don't know. But so the question is, you found out your biological child was in foster care. Now, that could mean that the people found out this wasn't my kid.
Could.
But it could also mean they just couldn't take care of the kid and the kid just been there. Because if you found out that it wasn't your kid, wouldn't you have looked for your kid? So the question is, would you keep both kids?
I would. I would definitely go find my kid. I would keep my kid. Keep the one I have. Go get my child, and they're both 5. They had to have the same birthday or a day apart because they're so shit. They might be thinking they twins.
Yeah,
you young enough to I can recover whatever damages you've been through, and we can move forward happy and healthy from there. We still got to work on this marriage thing because this is rocky.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because now your relationship is probably over, and the dad might not want nothing to do with the adopted kid.
Maybe, but you're gonna pay for this biological kid. So I'm gonna get some child support regardless.
Why you always be on the child support?
Because if you saying the dad don't want nothing to do with it, that means and I can only speak from experiences, that my dad might not show up, dad might not be there for family events and doing these things, so you're going to have to get some compensation because they still got to be raised, they still got to be cared for, therefore I'm going to have to do it.
Oh my God, I don't know, it's just the way you say it just feels so icky.
Man, listen,
feels like you got like a motive behind it.
I don't. I never have a motive behind it, but it's not solely my responsibility because that's the conversation I have with dudes all the time when they talk about women wanting child support. It's not their sole responsibility. Yeah. You are to assist with bringing this child up, and if you're not going to be there physically or mentally, you're going to be there financially.
Right.
So I prefer actually we don't have to go to the systems and you do all the things that you're going to do because I'm gonna come straight on my end.
Right.
So.
Also, I think that, and again, this is how, like, society or the people around them have groomed their brains. But guys think that, I pay child support, that's enough. And if it's like $500 a month, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying $500 is nothing to sneeze at, but what am I in real life? What am I doing with $500?
Right.
Like, even if let's just say my rent is $1,000. That's half of my rent. That don't got nothing to do with the groceries that my baby gonna eat. They don't got nothing to do with the electricity. Even, I'm gonna pay more because my electric bill gonna be cheap without my baby. So like all these bills are expensive. I gotta put more gas in the car because now I gotta pick him up, take him to insurance, or is he gonna be on your insurance? Like, I think it's such a corrupt subject, and people use it as a weapon they're just like, oh, I pay child support, I'll pay child support, no matter the amount.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all not thinking past child support. You mad because of a decision that you made?
I feel that. 100%.
And like you said, both of y'all supposed to contribute, so I'm just supposed to take care of everything, and then what? You come and get them and take them to McDonald's once a month?
I'm with you.
Like, what we really doing?
I'm with you. I think, but the whole system is rigged.
Yeah.
Because the state get a portion of the stuff, so it's all a setup to fund the states and all of this other stuff. But the child is the one that's most likely missing out on so many things because the mom is truly, in the cases where the dad just sends the child support, and it's not much in most cases, the mom is truly having to work a couple of jobs and make arrangements with family members to help get this kid here, there, everywhere, whatever the situation is. And the cost of everything is astronomical.
Yeah.
Just straight up astronomical. So, it's all
I don't know, man. I will never understand for the people that don't want to be there for their kid. I never can understand you literally taking part in and bringing someone in this world, and you don't want any attachment to them. Like, I will never understand that. People go and get cars and treat them better than their kids.
facts.
They go and get houses. They go and get truck, whatever, that you make that choice and go out and make a purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And you treat that better than a human being.
Mm-hmm.
That is and will always be crazy to me.
I understand completely.
But
But- People are, again, selfish. Like, I can't say this enough, and it's shown over and over.
Yeah.
And we definitely repeat cycles. It's just over and over. And which, the thing I don't understand with dudes is, if your dad wasn't there for you, you understand how it feels. You know all of that. Why would you do that for your child?
Because the excuse is, oh, either you'll be okay, or because he wasn't there, I don't know how to be there. Again, something so simple. You know how to hang out with your homeboy. You know how to call your homeboy. You know how to be like, if there's like a death, you be like, oh, you good? But when it comes to your child, you don't know how to communicate. You don't know. You can say, "Hey, how you doing?" to a stranger.
Mm-hmm. But to me, it's even more simple than that. You know what you were missing. You know what you wanted. You know how you wanted to be treated. So that should correlate over to, this is what I should do for my seed.
Yeah.
And I want to show my seed something better than what I had.
Right.
But that's just the way that I wish more people thought. That's the best way I could say it. Because, like, me personally, if I was able to create seeds, I wouldn't have a seed out here and not want to be around it and share my love with them. So,
Damn, that is for years, their whole life, like 60 years, 50 years. I was just like, I don't know. And granted, like, people get on your nerves or whatever, obstacles that can come in. But the bottom line is, you made that choice. So it doesn't matter what that kid does, you have a responsibility for the rest of your life. And that's just what, not till 15, 16, 21, 25, 30, they had their own kids get married. For the rest of your life, that's your responsibility.
mm-hmm.
Because when the big stuff come around, oh, you want to be included in that.
Yeah.
But the day to day, like, that's crazy. But, to each his own. To each his own.
We gotta do better, people.
Please. Because you know what? Truthfully, some people aren't capable. And I know that's a strong word, but the bottom line is, some people are just wired in a way, like it would take a lot of effort
Mm-hmm.
to rewire them or teach them how to think another way or how to behave in a different manner. It's easy to operate in your default self. That's the most easiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
To go outside of that, for some people, is hard. Or if they feel like they've been beaten down their whole life, and this is just what it is, it's easy to accept. This is just what it is. Even though for me, I'm like, that's the stupidest thing ever, because you telling me this just what it is, and I'm telling you on the right side there's sunshine, and on the left side there's, I don't know, even more sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, how you got tunnel vision? What you mean? Every day, and this is a cliche, and people say, oh, every day is a new day.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, every day is a different day to do something different, to put another, even if it's just one footstep in another area.
Mm-hmm.
Because you woke up, that's one more footstep than yesterday. But people it's just what it is. I'm just trying to maintain. Girl. I'm so glad that I have changed, and
not you delivered.
I've been changed.
We ain't going here.
Listen, I could put some hands, but it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and sometimes you better off.
Well, that's another part that you don't realize until you get older. Is sometimes that's a blessing in disguise, because you're not given those tendencies and habits that particular person holds.
Yeah.
So you, as a kid, you're like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Why does my quote unquote father not want to deal with me?
Right.
But as you grow and blossom and learn, and you see other people gravitating to you in life, you realize that it was never you.
Yeah.
And that it could be a blessing. It most likely was a blessing that those things that they possess and hold and have to offer were never put into you.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely familiar with that. Because I've always been like a go-getter. So to have somebody around me that didn't want to do anything, that would not work out well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be screaming on them every day. So yes, so it's sad to say, and some people could say, there's things that you could be missing out on, and that's very well be true. But I would have to dig through too much that it would be hard for me to believe that it would be worth it.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I wouldn't think that I'm finding a diamond, and I don't have a crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the person that I am, and I'm willing to help, like, no matter what, to help you out of a situation, to help you see a better life, or what I would perceive it, because maybe it wouldn't be a better life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe I would introduce them to something that they just couldn't handle. So either way, I would just be like, it's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would work my freaking nerves so much. Like, if you're not like trying to get out there and do something for yourself, just be productive, or you just constantly lying and not being around, and being just whatever the responsibility is. Like, that would be much more of a burden to me than to say, oh, my uncle is here. Whoever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's a burden, I don't want it.
Gotcha.
I don't want to work hard.
You don't want? Oh, okay.
I promise you, I don't. My mom would be like, "Don't work too hard, even though I know you're not." Because I'd be like, "I'm not working hard, fam. Them days is over."
Okay.
Them days is over, and that's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
but
that's lucky for you.
Listen, I ain't trying to, But anyway.
What type of question is that?
Because, okay, so this is a true story.
I'm getting my bio kit. It's like, I'm just playing. I'm keeping both of them. I didn't raise this one to 5. What am I gonna do with that one? I would not treat her any different. That's crazy.
So how you gonna deal with the husband though? Because he already suspected that you was cheating, and then he found out that this kid is not his.
Well, I'm glad you did that because it ain't mine either. It is not either.
I know, but how would you like convince him to be like to continue help taking care of this child, even though he was already thinking that it wasn't his anyway?
I feel like now that we know that it's not either of ours,
right?
It shouldn't be I don't think it should be an issue. It's not either my child.
Yeah.
Like, and we done raised it like it was ours, so it'd be crazy to give it back. You know what I mean? Like, give him, her, get a baby back. That'd be crazy. Like, that baby only knew us for the last 5 years. So it'd be crazy to give it back. Like, I would keep him or her, and then I would also, I got to get my baby. My baby. They both my babies, but that's my baby. Right, I got to get mine out that system.
Gosh.
But that's crazy. Yeah, no.
You suing?
And you know it. Because what? Whose baby is this? Whose baby is this? Right. Whose baby is this? Because absolutely not. And who'd you give my baby to? Because I'm trying to figure out what type of life they was living where they got my child in the foster system now.
I'm like, was the child there because they couldn't take care of it, or was the child there because they found out that it wasn't theirs?
Right. I have questions. And how long my baby been in there? Yeah. And why nobody called me? I have questions.
You know?
Right, they can find something out. Because I have questions. Yeah, because now I'm going to drill you. Because what you mean? They was in there for how long? And nobody just said, let me look at these records. Let me call something. Yeah, no.
Baby just there.
Yep, I would write.
I would snap.
Yeah. But it's me and mine. Won't play.
That's the title of the most recent.
Yeah, me and mine, we don't play.
So that's the end of our questions of the day. Social media. So sad news, P-Valley is not coming back. They did a doc series called Down in the Valley, which I think Uncle Cliff goes around and narrates or interviews people in the Deep South about the complex culture. But I think, and this is just me guessing, because they was in a lawsuit with that girl from Brownstone, Nikki Gilbert. They said the people stole, the producers or the creators, they stole her idea. So they was in court for like a minute. So I'm guessing that's why they're not coming back. But yeah, P-Valley not coming back.
That's sad. So that means I gotta rewatch it.
I know, and it's only 2 seasons?
Yeah.
So it's like after a while.
I don't know, but I would love to see the Mercedes experience again.
Oh my gosh. You know what? On that note.
In place of P-Valley?
Yeah, because remember Nikki Gilbert from Brownstone?
I don't watch that.
From Brownstone, the group?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, don't worry. But anyway.
I thought it was a show.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
Girl.
It was quick. I don't watch that.
Right. Don't know what you talking about. So I think they stopped it because they was in a court. Because Nikki said that they stole her idea.
Oh, P-Valley?
Yes. So.
Okay.
I think that's why.
How many seasons P-Valley been on? And they just now getting. Okay.
I mean, she was talking for a while. Doing like the crisis that we just came through. But yeah. Alright. So what's been up? How you been?
Work. That's it. That's all. But good news, my people that's been following since the beginning of time. My tentative date to sign on my property in Cartagena is August the 15th.
Oh, now I got a date.
Yeah.
You throwing a party?
No. I guess I still got more work to do. I got to furnish it and stuff of that nature. So it's not going to be ready yet for a party. But it's about to be mine.
Listen, you don't gotta have. I just watched Ben Mala. I don't know if I told you about him, but he's a real estate guy. And his wife, they was trying to sell this house, and she was like, "We can have when you sell it, we can have a party." He was like, "We can't have a party. We don't got no furniture." She said, "You don't need to have no furniture to have no party." And you don't. You just have people standing around, eat little finger foods or whatever, have some music, and you good to go.
I don't got nothing to put the finger food on, no refrigerator, no stove, no microwave. I don't got nothing. I gotta get all that.
Listen, all you need is electric. You got electric?
Not yet. I still gotta get that.
Oh, gosh.
So we can't run an extension cord
Oh,
from the neighbors.
listen, I also just read it was a doctor maybe. Somebody he was stealing millions of dollars in electric from his neighbors.
They ain't noticed their bill was high because that's the first thing you look at. Why is my...
Listen, apparently it's a thing because people in the comments was like, this happened to me too. This happened to me too. Yeah, I don't know. But
Why y'all not checking your bill, man? Because
Listen.
if my month is higher this month than last month, I got to look. Well, maybe somebody kept a light on just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We on it.
Well, people do just be opening bills and they be on automatic pay.
Automatic? You grown for something. The only thing on there is insurance, man. Insurance, because it stay the same. Everything else we got to look through and check and... Yeah.
I'm not a fan of automatic pay. Only 2, maybe 3 things. Yeah.
Oh, the internet stay the same too.
Not a fan at all. Do you have anything you want to share? Any real television shows you've been watching? What you've been up to?
All American.
That show is still on.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, I've watched the whole season. And it's over. And there is a new season that's coming up, but Spencer James is not going to be in it. He's just going to be making like appearances here and there. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to see how that's going to work because this show is like him, it's based off of him. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see how that's going to work out with like.
So why is he only doing appearances?
Because he got another show that he's going to be focusing on, which is good. Like I love that for him, but American's crazy. Like why would you leave this show? Like I have questions. Why would you leave?
I mean, we said best way to get a raise is get a new job.
Yeah, but the people love this show. And like the last episode, they were doing like flashbacks from like literally episode 1, season 1. Everybody looks so different. Like Spencer's face is so, yeah. I'm just like,
wow. How many seasons was it?
It's like 8. Not like that's a lot. Yeah.
It's time for him to go somewhere.
No, we just opened up a new chapter. Him and Olivia got married and had their wedding, and now we need to know what y'all doing after. I know they're moving to New York because he got drafted to play for the Bobcats, and yeah, I need to know like what are y'all doing now, kids? Like what's Olivia gonna do in New York, the city of dreams and hopes and all that stuff? What's she gonna do there? I just have questions. Like I'm just concerned about where we're taking this show.
Well, I hate to break it to you. If they don't find a new main character,
it can't be a new main character. He's been in it.
They can do just like they did with Power. When the dead end, the sun starts. Otherwise, it's gonna be over. Sorry to tell you.
It just makes me sad. Yeah. But I love that show. And I think that's it. That's all I've been watching.
All right. That was our podcast for today, or this episode. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't hesitate to share our podcast with your loved ones. You can check out the next episode of Tits and Giggles here or on Spotify. Thank you to our subscribers, old, new, and potential. Positive thoughts. And we're out.